In a world where celebrity culture dominates headlines and A-listers are measured by influence, charisma, and international pull, one name continues to rise above the expected: Kim Seokjin, better known as Jin of BTS. And now, as his solo stardom continues to unfold, fans and media alike are asking the question out loud: should Jin be standing shoulder to shoulder with Hollywood's elite? Or rather, is it time they stood beside him? As BTS members pursue individual projects during the group's temporary break, Jin's solo presence in the US has been quietly but undeniably growing. From his recent run Seokjin tour that drew tens of thousands across major US cities, to his crowd-teasing charm and heartfelt interactions, Jin's ability to connect with fans mirrors and often surpasses that of many Western celebrities. What makes Jin especially compelling is that he doesn't need tabloid scandals or manufactured drama to stay relevant. His popularity comes from something far more rare in today's fame machine: authenticity. Whether he's making dad jokes at a press conference, hugging a crying fan in Dallas, or wiping away tears on stage after a heartfelt ballad, Jin exudes a kind of genuine warmth that feels nearly extinct in much of modern celebrity culture. And let's talk about range. Jin isn't just a vocalist. He's a comedic genius, a fashion icon, a global brand magnet, and a comforting older brother figure to millions. His performance versatility, emotional intelligence, and subtle star power have made Western producers, stylists, and media outlets take serious notice. In fact, US audiences have repeatedly compared Jin's effortless humor and emotional resonance to names like Ryan Reynolds and Tom Hanks, not because he imitates them, but because he naturally belongs in that league. It's no longer a stretch to imagine Jin appearing on late-night talk shows, headlining fashion campaigns, or even taking on acting roles in Hollywood. With his elegance, humility, and surprising comedic timing, he could easily dominate in the same circles as Timothée Chalamet, Harry Styles, or even Keanu Reeves. Social media only confirms this growing dominance. Clips of Jin's solo performances have gone viral on both TikTok and X, formerly Twitter, often racking up more engagement than those of US pop icons. And when Jin appeared in New York for a brief scheduled stop earlier this year, local fans lined the airport and streets with signs, cheers, and army bombs, an organic crowd more intense than some Grammy winners receive. It's not about pitting artists against each other. It's about recognizing global influence when we see it. And Jin's influence? It's not just big in Korea. It's universal. It transcends language, geography, and genre. And it's time the Western entertainment world fully embraced it. With his solo era only just beginning, the stage is set for Jin to not just exist in the same rooms as US celebrities, but to shine brighter than many of them. The industry may be catching up now, but fans always knew Jin doesn't need to stand next to anyone to be seen. The world already has its eyes on him. At a glance, Hollywood and Western pop culture have long set the gold standard for what it means to be an international sensation. But Jin, armed with nothing but charm, raw talent, and what fans lovingly call his worldwide handsome face, is quietly dismantling that narrative with grace and glittering poise. Take his fashion presence, for example. While many Western celebrities rely on stylists to manufacture moments, Jin creates organic fashion buzz just by walking into a room. His effortlessly tailored looks, whether in casual airport fits or during high-production solo concerts, trigger fashion blogs and stan accounts to break down every detail. At his Anaheim concert, for instance, fans went feral over his rock star outfit, a dramatic black ensemble with red accents that looked like it had leapt straight out of a Gucci runway. Except it wasn't for a magazine spread. It was for his fans. In a crowd of 18,000 plus, he dressed like every person in that room deserved a front row seat at Milan Fashion Week. What sets Jin apart from many A-listers, though, isn't just aesthetics or vocal prowess, it's emotional sincerity. US fans often leave his concerts talking less about the spectacle and more about how he made them feel. Whether he's wiping away his own tears during Epiphany or laughing with the crowd between songs, there's an intimacy to the way Jin performs. It doesn't feel rehearsed or scripted. It feels like a conversation, a confession, a shared heartbeat in a stadium full of strangers. Even American press outlets have taken note. Following his sold-out shows, headlines praised his natural comedic timing, powerful vocal control, and unfiltered connection with fans. It's the kind of praise usually reserved for household names like Bruno Mars or Adele. Except this time, it's directed at a Korean soloist, and deservedly so. And here's the kicker: Jin is just getting started. His military service break may have paused things briefly, but since returning, he's hit the ground running. More tour stops, more viral fan cams. And, if industry rumors are true, upcoming collaborations with international artists that could shake the global music charts. It's only a matter of time before Jin becomes not just a guest in the Western entertainment space, but a permanent fixture. He doesn't need to be the Korean version of anyone. He's simply Jin. And in a world saturated with fame for fame sake, his presence feels refreshingly rare. So the next time someone says, "Who's that standing next to Jin in that viral clip?" Just remember, he's not the one standing next to fame. Fame is standing next to him. When Jin's Run Seokjin tour hit Dallas, fans didn't just show up. They transformed the city. With purple-lit landmarks like the iconic reunion tower glowing in BTS's signature hue, it was clear this wasn't just a concert. It was a cultural event. Local media outlets were stunned by the scale of it all. Even security teams reportedly had to increase staff to accommodate the unexpectedly massive turnout. Not because of chaos, but because so many people showed up early just to get a glimpse of Jin. And this isn't fan hysteria. This is deep, emotional loyalty. Many armies in attendance had seen Jin live back in 2018 during BTS's Love Yourself tour, but they described this solo appearance as entirely different. More personal, more intimate, more Jin. From inside jokes shouted between songs to quiet moments where he simply stood and took in the crowd with glistening eyes, fans felt like they weren't just watching a celebrity. They were reuniting with an old friend. Online, the reactions were explosive. Clips from the Dallas shows, especially one where Jin choked up while singing The Astronaut, trended globally within minutes. Fans posted TikToks of themselves crying in their seats, not just because the song was emotional, but because Jin's vulnerability hit them like a wave. "He really sees us," one fan captioned her video. Like, really sees us. Even American celebrities are beginning to take notice. In a now viral tweet, a Grammy-winning artist allegedly commented, "That BTS guy? The one with the big heart and killer vocals? I want him on my next record." While the tweet was deleted, likely to avoid fan frenzy, screenshots remain and the speculation continues. And let's not forget the Gucci rumors. After his stunning stage wardrobe choices, blending sharp tailoring with bold, fashion-forward silhouettes, fashion insiders have been whispering about a possible Jin x Gucci collaboration. If true, it would not only cement his status as a global fashion icon, but potentially make him the first BTS member to lead a solo designer capsule campaign with the brand. TOs say that Jin is popular in the US doesn't capture the gravity of it. He's not just a performer from another country winning over American fans. He's becoming a permanent fixture in their cultural lives. From playlists to billboards, from concert halls to streetwear, Jin isn't visiting the US spotlight. He's moving in, and honestly, we're just lucky to be living in the timeline where Jin is taking over the world one worldwide handsome smile at a time.